What's going on, YouTube? This is Dials46. You're watching Intrigue Airsoft, and you are about to witness the ultimate how to airsoft video. So the purpose behind this video, besides me going on a rampage, is just kind of help you along out there, help you along your way as you're getting into airsoft. Maybe you've been playing for a while already. These are just a few pointers, tips, tricks, kind of observations, just to help you out. And maybe just me going on a rampage. Here we go. Cheap guns and gun snobs. When you're first getting into airsoft, you might not have a lot of money to spend, so you're going to go for the kind of lower end, lower priced airsoft weapons. As far as Springer snipers, Springer shotguns, and lower end AEGs. When you look for cheap guns, what's going to come along with it? Gun snobs. Always. They're going to be there shoving their beliefs and opinions down your throat, but they're not really giving you any serious content to reflect on. They're not giving you all the options, all the pros and cons, so keep that in mind. The best way to look for a cheap gun when you first get started out is read the written text reviews. Don't come to YouTube, guys. Seriously. Read. It's better. Quality every time. Just a personal pet peeve of mine, but I think a lot of you guys will agree. And especially when it comes to real steel firearms, it's really good practice to transfer those types of rules over to airsoft just to play it safe. I have seen accidental discharges from airsoft weapons unintentionally, accidentally. And I've seen a couple get shot accidentally because people leave their fingers off the trigger. Just saying. Trigger, finger goes right there. Not there, right there. Not so much right there, not in there, but right up here. Just like cheap guns and gun snobs, cheap gear and gear snobs is the same thing. Can't have one without the other. Same thing. Do your research out there. Try not to come to YouTube for the best reviews. You're not going to find them. A lot of times you're not, okay? Just saying it. Always go for the written text reviews on these things and read more than one, you know? Compile all your research together, do some pros and cons, decide for yourself, because in the end, you're going to be the one using this stuff. Hey idiot, you like your eyeballs? We'll put on some eye pro. Something. Shooting glasses, mesh. Let's go ahead and do that. Next video I see, a BB's going to slug around and no on, I'm going to come find you. Out with a. Here's a real quick 30-second gun buyer guide when it comes to airsoft guns. You get what you pay for. Let's go ahead and refrain from backyard airsoft games. I bet your uncle's got some land. He's got some property, does he? Oh, you got a nice park that you've got permission from the local police department? Got a little permission from them to go play, did you? Let's go ahead and constitute anything that's in the eye of the public, anything that's in public view as a backyard airsoft game. Guys, you dressed up in full military gear to the T, look like a bunch of psychopaths. Keep it out of public view. You don't need to get them thinking. You don't need to get yourself in trouble. No backyard airsoft games. Call your hits. High caps, or high capacity magazines for your automatic electric gun does not necessarily equate into a drum mag. Use your trigger finger sparingly. Lube the shit out of your gas guns. Silicone. Pure silicone. Make sure you got yourself a nice gun bag, gun case, or if you have to, use the gun box. A great alternative is a general issue, just an Army OD green duffel bag. Perfect. Just keep it out of view when you're transporting these things, alright? Hey, what's up, new players? I know you're really pumped to get all the information you can, know as much as you can. You know what? Ask as many questions as you want. Ask them all day. It doesn't matter what it is, ask questions. Make sure they're a good, educated question. Do yourself and the person that's answering the question a little favor. Go back a couple pages on the YouTube channel or the page and see if it's already been answered. Or go back, a couple threads in the open forum chat on your local airsoft boards and just do some research yourself. Guys that have been playing for a while, you know your stuff, and I like that. Here's the thing, when those new guys come and ask me questions, if you don't have anything besides, you know, biased verbal vomit to contribute to the conversation, then shut up. So along your journey, guys, you're going to run into a few different genres, a few different types of airsoft players, if you will. You know, you're going to have your standard airsoft player. Doesn't really care too much. You know, he likes good guns, he likes a good speedball game, maybe wears a full paintball mask. You know, he likes airsoft, he likes the guns, not way too off into the gear, hasn't spent a lot of money, airsoft player. Then you get into what some people call tac sim, where, you know, you might have kind of evolved into this player that, you know, you've done all this, had all the cheaper gear, you kind of move up and you get with like-minded players that are kind of on your level, get a little higher end gun, a little higher end gear. You might start watching and basing your gear and gun styles off of, you know, some real things out there in the world, special forces and whatnot. Those are called tac sim guys. Tactical simulators. You know, they like to stack up and use Thunder Bees and stuff like that. Great bunch. Then you got your Milsim players. Military simulation. These guys, there's almost 3 different tiers of Milsim players. There's the tier 1s, which might get together and you know, with a few buddies and go to a local or a regional Milsim game once a year, twice a year. But there's level 2 guys that love this stuff. They will not play airsoft unless it's a Milsim event. I mean, everything is to a T. If it's not general issue, if it's not Barry Amendment compliant, they're not wearing it. Okay? And then you got your tier 3 Milsim guys that are just Next up, you're going to have your COD softer, or your Call of Duty softer. These guys are all about taking what they know and love about COD, Call of Duty, and turning it into what they can know and love about airsoft. You might even hear them refer to a handgun as a deagle, something like that, you know. These guys will always compare, always use the wrong terminology, and in the end, everything will be brought back to the point of Call of Duty. And then on the other side, you got like your Battlefield players, and those guys are pretty cool. Chair softer. I don't know any of those, but those are the guys that sit around and have a bunch of gear and just, you know, might start a YouTube channel and they just got too much time to make these videos, but not enough time to go play games. That's a chair softer. Watch out for them. But in the end, guys, just have fun.